Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to week 1 of Project Task Tracker. It's a good job that a lot of what I wanted to do for this week I have already done in one way or another, as I overdid it trying to get out the videos last week, and as a result I am starting the first week of this project 3 days into the week. However, I don't plan to delay the next video. I will instead try to catch up, as the plan was to make this video as soon as possible and try to get ahead. You know, build a buffer, as I know I'm unreliable at the moment. But it seems I have already used up whatever time cushion I was going to get. The only other way to stay on track will be to limit the scope a bit more. I will be doing this by moving an idea I had for specific project/task templates to the expansion or version 2 and stick to generic ones. Thankfully, if this works like I think it should, it's something that will not affect the rest of the project, and adding new templates as I go along was part of the plan anyway. System diagram. Let's try and map out my system so I can get it out of my head. I could use pen and paper, or use one of the drawing programs I'm somewhat familiar with. For example, Photoshop, it's usually Elements, or Paint.net, for example, to make this. But as part of the Year Foundation, I really need a logo for that. Why not use this as a way to learn the basics of a new skill? Hopefully there will be a card in the corner, link in the description, maybe a pinned comment or something. I don't really know what YouTube wants me to do anymore, pointing to a video about me trying to pick up this skill. Back from Inkscape. Okay, 3 or 4 days later, and the day before I wanted this video to go live, I'm going to have to reconsider using Inkscape to make this. While I do believe I have picked up the starts of a new skill, I think it will take me too long to make the chart in Inkscape, at least to the quality I would want. So time for plan B, LibreOffice Draw. I should have probably thought of this first. I mean, I'm making an office work type of thing, so why not use an office suite? It's tailored for making such things, it has simplifications and limitations in comparison to Inkscape, but that should help me get it done quicker. Mapping out the system. Let's start off with mapping out the human perspective of a couple of the tasks. Number 1, ingestion, getting things into the inbox. Number 2, inbox 0, emptying out the inbox into the system. Number 3, agenda, or a daily report generated to let me know what needs doing and what fixed time events are coming up. Number 4, selecting a task. And number 5, reviews. Ingestion. This one is simple. I want to be able to send things to my inbox as simply as possible. The context of where the information is coming from will determine the how. But as a quick guess, on Android using the shareability, on web a Chrome extension, for general notes and memos, I'm not completely sure yet. Inbox 0. I want to be able to sit down, say once a day, and take everything out of my inbox, process it into the system. I laid out a sort of if-else tree, which should be up on the screen now, but let's try and make that in a flow diagram, because it'll probably be a little bit clearer. That should be up on screen now. Agenda. This should be some sort of daily document that has a list of upcoming set time jobs, waiting for items, number of actionable tasks, progress of projects, etc. It would be nice if I could get an assistant, Google Assistant, Mycroft, etc. to read this to me. Selecting a task. For this, a list of all the tasks that is priority sorted, i.e. a list that shows all the tasks sorted by things like due date, who is it for, amount of context-sensitive time left to do the task, etc. I also want it to be filterable by context. i.e. I can get to my main PC, I can record. If I don't have a large buffer on a particular project, filters like that. Review. Separate review processes, say every week, month, season, etc. For now, I'm going to keep this beyond the scope, as it can be easily added later, and, well, I'm already running behind. Research. Thankfully, as I'm behind, this section has already been taken care of, as mentioned in the history section of Week 0's video. I have already tried to implement a system in Notion, by mixing some parts of pre-made templates. One being the GTD dashboard template, link should be on the screen, a video production template by Thomas Frank, less as a video production tool tracker for me, but more as an example of some of the more complicated things Notion can do. The idea is, instead of having separate lists like in the flow diagram, again on screen now, to have one database with template pages for each of the lists that I have in the flowchart. This way, for example, a project template can have a filtered view of the database with all the tasks/reference documents tagged with the project's name. Also, a task that turns out to be more complicated can simply be turned into a project. This simplifies the flow diagram, so as simply as possible for this system, I will need an inbox page, a task list database, a template for tasks, projects, meetings, waiting fors, ideas, and references. Week ending conclusion. Okay. I'm already falling behind, but at least the two main reasons are things I can sort of live with. One, medically related, it's sort of beyond my control, although I did push myself too hard in a couple of places, so, I could maybe work at not doing that. And number two was picking up a new skill. Thankfully, I caught myself before falling too far down the rabbit hole. So I actually quite like the fact that I was able to attempt to do that, had that with the plan, but then catch myself before I got too far behind. I'm thinking that I'm going to tag the titles of these videos, where they currently are Project Task Tracker Week 1, with two numbers, a plus and or minus, 1, how many days I am ahead behind rigidly from when I set that these videos were supposed to be coming out, and 2, how far ahead behind I am, minus the days I'm going to sort of count as acceptable. One thing that I can't live with is that I had other low-hanging fruit for getting content out. Thankfully, as of recording, I did actually get this sorted, but it's something that should have been done so that over the course of the past week there was content going live. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for watching, but that's all the time that we have for this week, so unfortunately I'm going to have to say goodbye. Goodbye.